What's going on, people? Back with a bang. This is the Money Management, back here to bring you guys your Monday motivation, just like every single Monday. But in today's Monday motivation, no more motivation. That is your message for this week. No more motivation. And it's a very simple message. Now, motivation is great and all that, and I'm sure for those of you out there who have relied on motivation in the past, you've gone into specific periods of time or new beginnings, or maybe it's a new year, or maybe just feeling good because you've just watched a video on YouTube or you've read a quote on social media and you feel excited, you feel like you can conquer the world, you can achieve your goals, you can smash your targets, you can get to your destination, you can do all that kind of stuff. And it's purely based on motivation. But in this video today, I'm going to be explaining to you guys why there's no more motivation for you guys. Motivation is not needed. Motivation is not what we're going to rely on. We're not focusing on that anymore. I'm going to break it down. I'm going to give you guys different scenarios. We're going to analyze it. And hopefully by the end of this Monday motivation, you're not going to need this Monday motivation anymore. Now, of course, if this is your last Monday motivation ever, please do drop the thumbs up. If it's not your last Monday motivation ever, please still drop the thumbs up. Also, make sure you guys comment. Let me know your thoughts on motivation in general. It will definitely be interesting to hear what you guys think. Add to that, make sure you guys share these videos with your friends. Push them out to more people, get them in front of more people's eyes, help more people understand the information I'm spreading. And of course, lastly, but not least, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Hit the red button below. We're almost at 2,200 subscribers, so please do hit the red button below and join us on this amazing journey. So, for your Monday motivation, no more motivation. So I want to start off by asking you guys a question. People who are successful, when you see those people, do you think they relied on motivation every single day to, I don't know, let's say you're a bodybuilder, to get into the gym and start lifting, to eat right, to eat the right foods, to stuff their faces if they needed to? Do you think a singer needed to go and practice every single day before he or she got to where they like to be? Do you think someone walking around with a PhD from the top universities in the world was motivated to study every single day and go in, do homework, get tests done, do exams, do all that kind of stuff? Do you think they were always motivated to do that? No matter what was at the final destination, no matter what was at the end of the line, do you think they were always motivated to do these things? I highly doubt it. You see, as humans, we can't just rely on motivation. We cannot just purely rely on motivation to get to our desired goal or destination. I don't care how many YouTube videos you watch. I don't care how many quotes you read on social media. I don't care how many people shout in your face and tell you to do something. There's no way you can be motivated every single day. So let's look at a few different factors. Let me describe to you guys what's most likely a very familiar feeling. You go through those days where you feel like the day is dragging, you're muddling through the day, you're kind of lacking in some areas, not really feeling excited to do something, don't really want to get out of bed, don't really want to do your homework, don't really want to even step outside and go for a little jog. Don't really want to do a lot of things that you know you're supposed to do. Do you ever go through those days? It's those days where you struggle to focus, to really organize yourself and get yourself together, to actually execute on certain things. This scenario I'm talking about, this situation I just described, is one of the reasons I say you cannot rely on motivation. Everybody's going to arrive at those brick walls. Everyone is going to face those obstacles where no matter how much you love something, no matter how much you would like to get to the end goal, there will be days where you feel like the same situation I just explained. The day is dragging, you're lacking in some areas, you're not organized, you feel like you just don't want to do certain things which you know you need to do, you procrastinate, you drag things out. All of this is natural. I'm not going to blame you for that. But if you decide on those days that you're not going to get certain tasks done, you're not going to complete certain things purely because you're not motivated to do so, then that's exactly where we would disagree. You cannot rely on motivation. You cannot purely rely on motivation every single day, because there are going to be many days where you do not feel like doing something. There are going to be many days where you're not going to do things purely because you're not motivated. And that needs to change. So if you're not going to rely on motivation, what can you rely on? Well, discipline. Let's talk about discipline. It's not every day that you're going to feel like doing something. It's not every day you're going to wake up and feel like, you know what, today I'm going to go out there and give my best. Some days you are going to think, I'm not motivated to do this. But this is the thing. If you're disciplined, it doesn't matter how unmotivated you are going to do those things anyway. Let me give you an example. The times when I was uploading YouTube videos every single day, you cannot tell me that you think I was motivated to upload a video every single day. To film, to prepare, to edit, to upload, no way. But you know what I did have then? Discipline. I knew that I had to film for a period of 20 minutes per day. I knew that I had to plan for a period of 10 to 15 minutes per day. I knew that I had to spend an hour editing. I knew that I had to upload, write the descriptions, create the thumbnails, do all of that. And after a while, I got used to it. I wasn't always motivated to do it, but discipline helped me. And that can be taken to any area of your life. Use the discipline, become disciplined. Implement those good habits, those positive habits into your everyday life. Implement those factors into your behavior if you feel like you cannot rely on motivation. because you cannot rely on motivation. But some of you guys don't realize that. But you do have discipline. And that's why I say it's important to build up the good habits. Once you get into the routine of doing things because you're supposed to do them, because you have to do them, not because you want to or you feel like it, you don't feel like it, you're going to start doing them anyway. You're going to start going to the gym when you need to go to the gym. Not on the days you feel like it, not on the days where you watched a motivational video, not on the days where you saw a story about someone losing 25 pounds in 3 weeks. You're going to go to the gym because you know you have to, because you're preparing for something, because you like to get to your end goal. Again, that's purely based off discipline, and that can go for any other area of your life. Studying, work, fitness, entertainment, your personal goals, just posting on social media. It can go for so many different things. Discipline is a factor that you guys need to add to your everyday lives. The problem with motivation is that it comes and goes. One day it's here, the next day it's not. 1 week you're there motivated the whole week, next week you feel motivated 2 out of 5 days. Next week you feel motivated 1 out of 7 days. Again, motivation is unreliable. You cannot say, I want to do this tomorrow because I'm going to be excited. I'm going to do this tomorrow because I'm happy, because I'm going to be excited, I'm going to feel good. You can't say that. I mean, well, technically you can say that, but you can't execute based on that. You're going to have to get to the point where you say, do you know what? I've accepted and I've acknowledged that motivation does not last. It's unreliable. I understand it's unreliable, but I'm going to rely again on my discipline. I'm going to rely on my habits. I'm going to rely on the fact that I want to get to the end goal. I'm going to rely on myself to show up. All of that comes from within. It doesn't come from the motivation that you get from external factors. It doesn't come from the motivation you get to run on a sunny day. It doesn't come from the motivation you get to wake up early once every 3 years. It doesn't come from that. It comes from you being disciplined enough, you having the internal intention to execute on something, to take action, to make a difference, make a change. And again, sometimes it comes down to your pure habits. Sometimes it comes down to your discipline. It depends. But your motivation is unreliable, because some days you're going to wake up and you're going to feel like doing something. Other days you're going to wake up and you don't feel like doing something. So on the days that you wake up and you do feel like doing something, you're going to do what you need to do. In comparison, the days you wake up and you don't feel like doing something, are you going to skip what you need to do? Are you going to just ignore it? Are you going to procrastinate? Are you going to not do what you need to do? Again, that comes down to understanding and grasping the concept of motivation being unreliable. There are enough people out there who have made New Year's resolutions year in, year out. Some the same New Year's resolutions for 10 years straight. Others just made a New Year's resolution for the first time this year. But by now, in April, they've given up because they relied on motivation. You know, it's a new year, 2021, I'm going to do this, I'm going to take advantage of the pandemic, you know, we're still in it, so I'm going to try and make something happen. After 2 months, you're like, you know what, forget that, I'm waiting for the pandemic to be over. You know what, forget that, I'm tired of this. You know what, forget that, I don't want to do this weight loss journey anymore. Purely because you relied on motivation. Again, let me just highlight, relying on motivation is unreliable itself. Motivation itself is unreliable. So stop relying on motivation. So the last point I want to discuss, and we can kind of finish on a positive note, is that little glimpse of hope. That little something which makes your day turn, or makes your attitude change. Sometimes you're going to be like, I don't have any inspiration, I don't have any motivation to do this, but you just force yourself to maybe do 5 push-ups, I don't know, or maybe you step outside and run for 5 minutes. You decide after you've done that, you're like, actually, I want to continue working out. Actually, I want to continue running. Some days you might say, I don't really want to eat healthy today, but I'm just going to start by just eating this or drinking that. And by the time you do that, you're like, actually, the rest of the day I'm going to continue eating healthy. I feel good now. I know what I need to do. And again, that came from that small glimmer of hope, that small action. So something so small which changed everything. But you have to try and do something. I know it's easy to say, but you have to try and do something, no matter how small it may be. If you got an essay due, a 30-page paper due by the end of this week, and you don't want to start, but you know if you leave it till Thursday night, you're going to struggle and have to do all of that in one night. Maybe just write 5 lines today. Maybe just write 1 page today, and you're going to see how that changes your mentality, how that changes your attitude. Because a lot of this is psychological. We're not going to get into the real depths of things today, but a lot of this is psychological. You feel like you can't do anything. You feel like you cannot make something happen. You do one thing, one small thing, and it's like it has a knock-on effect. You start thinking you can do a lot more things. You start realizing, hey, I can actually do A, B, and C now. And then eventually I can move on to all the rest. That is exactly how it works. Glimmer of hope, a small change, something really tiny, just the smallest of actions can make the whole world of a difference in the whole context of things. You have to be willing to push yourself enough that you can just make something happen, again, with a small action, a little change. But again, that comes from within. Like, it doesn't come from your motivation. Now, the good thing is, when you take that small action or you do something to make a change, make something happen, well, maybe motivation will be back and that will be the driving factor for you. But like I said, if you're not relying on motivation, as you shouldn't be, just try and make something happen to drag yourself out of the rut, to pick yourself up. Just make something happen, just something small to gain your confidence, to bring yourself back to your normal levels, to push yourself forward. Again, I'm going to say, don't rely on motivation. It is unreliable. Rely on discipline, rely on your good habits. And also, in the times you can't even rely on them, push hard to just make something happen. The smallest of actions will put you on the right path to gaining momentum, to achieving what you set out to do. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's Monday motivation. As I said at the beginning of the video, no motivation is needed. So you guys know what you need to do going forward. Hopefully you guys do tune in for the rest of my videos. Hopefully you guys are here next week for the Monday motivation either way. Of course, it's just nice to give you guys a little boost. Sometimes I can be that boost for you guys. Also, make sure you guys check out all those links in the description. We've got so many different things going on there. Please check out the Discord. We're trying to get to 250 members by the end of April. So you've got a few more days to do that. Also, make sure you guys check out the stock option starter pack. If you want to get motivated to make some money online, do that. Of course, we have so many other links in the description as well. Feel free to go and check each one of those out. There are many different links there, like I said, multiple times. Please do check them out. You're going to be surprised at what you see. Make yourself some money, open your eyes to other new opportunities. But again, go check those links out. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. Go out there and have a great week. You don't need my motivation anymore. I got one to making. You've got goals to be chasing. See you guys next time for another video. Peace. Game.